Looky what I got. Looky the fucking looky what I got right here. So, as per tradition, these are the Koss KPH30i's. They might look a bit different from what you think they do if you were to look them up on Google, which you can do yourself because I'm not taking these pads off. These are fucking those Grado pads. I got them alongside these because I thought, if I'm gonna get these, I might as well go all out and get the ultras, as coined by our Lord and Savior Zeos. These things, they should not fucking exist. Mostly because they don't make fucking sense at all. Yeah, as per the HE400AC review, I will be orally stimulating I'm gonna suck these off hysterically. Okay, these things are silly. They should not fucking exist. They're stupid. But yeah, we'll get into why that's the case. Yeah, let's get into it. Normal fucking routine. What's in the box? What's in the box? Okay, yeah, this is pretty stupid. I don't have it because it didn't come in a box per se. It was more like that stupid blister packaging, that stupid asshole shit where it's like the most frustrating things ever. Because getting inside, you will nearly die of blood loss before you get what's inside. The way these were packaged is actually hilarious in respect to what they are and what they're capable of. I would call it disrespectful, but again, these are not extremely expensive. They are not expensive at all. In fact, they are dirt goddamn cheap. Again, taking into consideration what they are. Just by the way, Jesus, that pisses me off so much. That packaging, the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. I bought a pair of scissors so I can, lighten the load, so to speak, in opening that bullshit. They gave me the scissors inside the same goddamn packaging. What? Anyway, so inside the box, there's nothing really impressive. I don't even remember there being an adapter to the 3.5 to quarter inch. I can't remember that. Like I said, I have a box of fucking audio shit, like adapters, cables, RCAs, fucking XLRs and bullshit like that. So I didn't really keep track of it like I usually do because I label them mostly. But with this, I was just so goddamn excited to get it out, and the box was so shitty that I just threw that shit away immediately. So don't even worry about that. You're probably not even going to need an adapter from where you're taking into consideration what you're going to be plugging this into. Granted, they do scale, but we'll get to that later on. Usually I'd handle the cable. The saddest thing about this, and it doesn't ruin it. Doesn't ruin it. It's just I like removable goddamn cables, but whatever. Again, these were like $25 when I bought them, including the pads. That was like 15 or somewhat. So it's ridiculously cheap. So I can forgive some, slights, so to speak. Speaking of not the condition, the how the cable is. This is kind of funny. Like they have that little springy thing, which is pretty cool. The connector itself feels fine. Nothing really that special. It feels somewhat decent quality, given what it is. And it's just a rubbery fucking substance to the split. And then it splits into some more rubbery fucking substance, but extremely goddamn thin. Like this shit makes me makes me nervous, but especially the way it connects. It's like Is it gonna? Should I? Anyway, again, not a big deal. Go check the fucking price. It's not a big deal. But yeah, it seems to leave somewhat to be desired. And then you get, they're supposed to be able to be used on the go. So you get, the volume and mic and pick up the phone and, drop the phone call bullshit. And that's all cool because you can plug this into a phone easily. But then again, I'm jumping the gun again. So yeah, that's basically what's in the box. Really nothing special. The unboxing experience will not be something for the books. And it won't be special at all. In fact, I kind of think maybe that's what they were going for. Make it unassuming. Make the unboxing experience all shitty until you put them on your face. But let's just first get to the build and the feel. The build and the feel. So, I mean, these pads are somewhat of a dead fucking giveaway. Because why would you put these on if there was something wrong with it? Not so much wrong. Again, I'm not taking them off. But I mean, they're basically like this size, like right there. And they cover the entire ear a bit like this. Okay, on ear, open, semi-open. They're pretty damn open. On ear, and it's extremely fucking. I can feel it inside there. It's a really tough fucking cheapo sponginess inside there. So for prolonged use, they do start becoming a bit, irritating. But I mostly went for these because apparently it made a remarkable difference in, the comfort. And me not so much being a on-ear type of person, these didn't actually really improve it that much for me. It's better. Don't get me wrong, it's better, but it's great. It's still technically on the goddamn ear. Now, Zeos, you could go watch that video. He had like those nuggets, the Coney nuggets right here, and a pad right there that kind of lifts it off, I think. In a way, I can't really visualize it, but he put those there, and then he put like strips there, and I'm guessing that kind of separates the ear touching bullshit. I don't know. I guess that's the way to go. I wouldn't go too far out in modding these. Like, they're fucking redonkulous and awesome, but I wouldn't start spending that much money. But again, I mean, he can obviously do it, and he was mostly experimenting, and I'm guessing that helps. These are mostly there for the sound, but we'll get to that as well. As far as the rest of the build goes, they look like the bullshit you'll find on an airplane for free, or old school Sony Walkman levels of shit. Like, they're extremely unassuming. Like, oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, they're made of plastic. It feels like a decent-ish plastic, but I've heard rumors that they have snapped, which kind of makes sense. That's why I'm usually on my nerves doing this. And what I'm thinking is, especially when it gets cold, extremely goddamn cold, and these are still, cold. Yeah, the thermal, the way temperature influences plastic, it makes it more brittle, depending on the plastic. And I'm pretty sure that's going to happen here. They have this whole slidey mechanism. I'm not going to do it, but it works. It's fine. And then they have this little suspension band thing made out of a type of silicone substance. I'm not quite sure why they did this. I don't really believe that makes that much of a difference. Granted, it does levitate them. Like, if your entire head is fucking over, then technically you're not touching the band itself. But honestly, they're so light. Jesus, these things are light, that I doubt it would have made much of a difference either way. So, oh Jesus, what the fuck was that? Build and feel, again, no real reason to go all out on this shit. Oh, my power just went out. Luckily for solar. Anyway, so, yeah, welcome to South Africa. Fucking load shedding. Yeah. You gotta make, like, that shit was expensive. To make sure that my power stays on whilst they rotating power cuts. But, hell yeah, viva. Anyway, build and feel, not much to say anymore. Like, they feel kind of not so much super cheap, but they do feel what they cost. They feel the way they cost. If that makes it all fucking sense. Better way. The way they feel, the price makes sense. Or when you look at the price, the feel and the build makes sense. The price, however, does not make a lot of fucking sense when you, start discussing the sound. All right. Okay. Imagine this with me. You take these out of that stupid, silly packaging. You put them on your face. No, wait. First, take them out. You look at them. You feel. You fucking caress them. Like, I've heard so many wonderful tales about this shit right here. And they're like, ugh. Some people probably undersold how shitty they might feel. And look. And then you think to yourself, wait. Only maximum $30. Let's just keep calm here. And then you plug them in. And you start playing music through them. And it's right there where they start to fuck you. They fuck you. Oh, they put it in and they're like, they squeeze in there. Yeah, that's what these do. The sound, one word. Lovely. It sounds fucking lovely. They make no fucking sense at all, actually, no. These things are so perplexing. Fucking accent. They should not sound like this. This doesn't, what the fuck is this? What is this? Okay, let's go through it. Let's not, I can keep fucking ejaculating all over this. Okay, the high end. Probably the only slight criticism I will give these is in the high-end frequencies. They do tend, in some sounds, they jump rope with the line where the high end becomes so high where you're starting to become a bit sibilant. And it never really exceeds it too much, but it's there. Now, granted, I run, again, I'm going to say this every single time, I run an EQ, a standard fixed EQ, which is already kind of V-shaped, but I did notice this even after I switched the EQ off. But then again, there's a lot of detail there. Not mind-shattering detail. But it's clear the vocals come through nicely because the mids, I'm a V-shaped type of person. My mids tend to go down, but these do mids extremely well. They do it well. Again, my ear is sensitive to mids starting to sound not tinny. I'm always using the word tinny. It's not fucking tinny. Hollowy, I guess. And I hate that shit. These, even with the EQ off, the mids sound actually pretty good. Dare I say some of the best mids I've heard with the EQ off? I don't know. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. Like, I've got a pair of Sandaras right there. They bitch slap these to oblivion, but that's not the point. Fucking price. Remember the goddamn price. Okay? So we've handled the highs. It can sound somewhat sibilant, not so much viciously fatiguing, but it starts towing that fucking line. So, just keep that in mind. The low end. Jesus Christ. Okay, this doesn't make sense. This size of the goddamn driver. Again, I'm not taking these off. You can Google them. They're that big. That fucking big. And the driver inside should be smaller. Like, the driver should be around about not much bigger than this little tilty thing, which doesn't really tilt, by the way. Should have said that by the with the build in the feel. They're kind of rigid, which again kind of contributes to the somewhat shitty comfort. But again, not a trend smash because you've already switched these on, so you start forgetting all that bullshit. You're forgetting about the fucking plastic. fucking whatever this stupid thing is, the shitty, extremely hard, foam. You start forgetting about all that shit. The bass, low end, deceptively punchy. Really, like you would not think these things can reproduce low end the way they do. Are they extremely goddamn low? No. They go low to the point where they start surprising you, but not so low where you think, Jesus, what is this voodoo magic? What is this Dota? Okay. What is reality? What is fucking... It doesn't get to such a point where you start having an existential goddamn crisis, but extremely impressive. Okay. You're not going to get that deep-ass fucking rumble. The resolution, oh my god, fucking terminology on the bass is not that pristine. But Jesus, it's fucking impressive. And with these pads, I don't think so much they do anything with the highs in my experience. I don't know if some people have said that. You would think you're further away from the driver, so you would like alleviate a bit of that high pitchiness. I don't think that's the case, because at the end of the day, you're further away from the driver, so you will have to crank it up a bit more. But the fucking low end, these pads do something with the low end. Like the low end was already goddamn impressive. These fucking pull them up. They round that shit up. And I've never really done pad swapping on any of my cans. Like I like to keep them stock, but this one specifically, I had to see what the fuss was about. And I would recommend this. If you're going to be getting one of these, do this. You don't have to. Not at all necessary. But it's So, in conclusion, fucking Koss. I'm going to sound like Zeus here, but Jesus, what the fuck did they do with this? How? How do you do this? How do you look like this and you sound like this? I've had people, the day I got these, we plugged them into a shitty notebook at fucking work that didn't really give them the power that I think they require or deserve, for that matter. And he's not really that big of a sound guy. He's like both of them, actually, two people. They're more with the Bluetooth wireless headset shit, like wireless gaming headsets and shit like that. And the moment he put this on his face, I could see his fucking eyes. And he was like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this? The pad wasn't on yet. Like the pads were still in the bag. He was extremely surprised. Again, I think these have made the rounds quite a bit. So not a lot of people will be as surprised as I was, because I think I'll get to the end regarding that, but them not really doing the whole audiophile thing, even they were fucking impressed. You'll see it in someone's eyes. It's not just the sound. It's this in conjunction with the fucking sound. You will surprise every single person that puts this on their faces. They will. You will see a look in their eyes. Even if they don't give a flying fuck about sound. They don't make sense in the way they sound. Koss fucking AF. Yeah, sound is awesome. Nothing in either of the bands, like the high, mids, and lows, even though the mids are probably the best among the three. And you don't really get that much resolution, or I shouldn't do this, it's an actual term. And the spatial stuff, whatever, the left-right orientation stuff, I forget the word, but that, not extremely impressive, but still, again, deceptive, because they're there, and it has a nice play between spatial audio type of bullshit. It works. Again, every single way you should describe these are surprising. That's actually a good term. These are surprising. They do nothing the best. It's not fucking magic. It's just extremely impressive. If you have not bought this, and I'm going to shill this shit up just like most people did, Not sounding elitist, like $30 or whatever isn't a lot of money to some people, because obviously it isn't. But if you have the means and you have the desire to experiment, buy these. You don't, I'll get to the power stuff. Buy these. You only need to buy these. And you'll be impressed. I'm serious, you'll be impressed. Especially if you're already an on-ear type of person. They will sound amazing. But yeah, let's not spoil all that bullshit. Let's wrap this shit up. Because I've been rambling a lot. Let's wrap it up with the power and the conclusion. So as far as the power goes, yeah, let's get to the power goes. As far as the power goes, I'm not going to really look it up. If I could remember correctly, they're, again, kind of deceptively OP as far as impedance goes. I think it's around about 60, 57, 60-ish, around about that. You would think, looking at them, it would be like something 25, 32 at the most. No, they actually require some power. And so let me finish that thought. So, yes, you can definitely power them through a phone. If you have a phone with a nice DAC, like, for example, the old school LGs or iPhones, or actually they're all fucking Type-C, or not Type-C, Lightning and bullshit, whatever. If you have like a relatively decent-ish phone with a headphone jack, good luck. They work fine. I've got like a cheapo Reno 7 thing as a secondary phone, and they work fine. You will, in some soundtrack recordings, live performances where the volume tends to be a bit low, you will max it out. You'll max out the volume once, which is fine. But overall, these do fucking scale with amplification. They really do. And that's kind of silly as well. Again, look at the size of the fucking driver. If you can amplify them, even with the cheapest amp you can fucking get your hands on, you should do that, because they do scale. But again, it's not necessary. You'll get pretty much all of the required power through a PC or a notebook or whatever have you. If you got like a MacBook and shit, they deliver quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure the iPads do as well. I don't have one. I don't have things like that. Fuck Apple, but they do have a nice sound signature, and these are being complemented by that quite a bit. I tested it on one of my colleagues' MacBook Airs, and they sound just fucking lovely. So, as far as power goes, no real barrier to entry. You can buy these just by themselves, and just fucking roll with it, because they already have the fucking mic and shit, so they're clearly supposed to be used for that fashion, or for that. So that kind of makes sense. So don't really stress about that too much. Just plug it into any old thing and they'll sound amazing either way. Conclusion. How do you end this? They're silly. These are silly, silly fucking cans. And by God, do I love them. I will never get rid of these. I won't give them away for free. I won't accept money for these unless it's like a stupid amount, because then I'm just going to buy myself another one. Yeah, I'm kind of in love. Like, if this... If I were to go both ways, and this were a dude, that would I would fucking, yeah, I would put that shit in my mouth. Like, these deserve a lot of credit. It's so ridiculous what they did here. Fucking Jesus, well done, Koss. Like, nothing I've in all the industries, like IT and fucking, I don't know, all electronics bullshit like that. Usually, the higher you go up in price, the more impressive shit gets, and the lower you go, the more cheap and shitty they get. And you reach a point of diminishing returns at a certain price point, and then that counts actually the same for going downwards, where you you get to a point where like, Jesus Christ, now it's just straight up bullshit, and you shouldn't, like, you're throwing money physically away, and it's kind of a waste to produce this bullshit. I'm going on a tangent. For the amount of money this is and how high fucking end this sounds, these things trade blows with shit 5, 6, 7 times their price. They destroy the 99 classics that I have. They kill the Fidelios. Again, this is just me. I can be fucking wrong. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jumping on the bandwagon like everyone else. But once you've put these on your face, especially if you've been listening, or you have listened to other high-end shit like Sundaras, like Aeons. I don't know. Doesn't even have to be that high-end. M40Xs, fucking 559s, anything that's a way more expensive than this, and they sound like this, then you're like, there's no real comparison as far as price to performance fucking goes. You can't beat this. They're physically unbeatable. I've got my M40, my KPH40. Jesus, what the fuck is? I've got my KPH40s on the way. Fucking Amazon. Jesus. The courier told me it's stuck. I don't know what the fuck that means. And then they're like, no, they're gonna ask Amazon why the fucking parcel is stationary, even though I've been told that it's already been shipped like a week fucking ago. I've been tracking the shipping. No updates, but the little bar goes like this. And then I'm being told they're still in fucking New York. New York. Jesus Christ, I'm in South Africa. I thought like they told me one day, like, expect delivery tomorrow by 8 p.m. No, you should go fucking expect a fuck you by 8 p.m. Whatever. I'm kind of sad. I need to compare these with the 40s. I need to KPH fucking 40s. Anyway, back to these. Just buy them. Buy them. Enjoy them. Love them. No need for the pads. You don't have to do this. I did this for the experiment thing. I might even like remove them at some point. You know, when I'm testing them against the 40s. I'll probably remove them just to level the playing field. But the most insane fucking product I've seen in a long goddamn time. They're spectacular in the way they kind of present themselves, and there's just the value, and my god, do they sound awesome. Are they the best? No fucking way. But are they exactly just fucking right? Hell yeah. Anyway, enough sucking them off. They're all wet. Gotta go dry them off. Yeah, that was the KPH30i's. Well done, Koss. Fucking A. And guess next video, blah blah blah.